Okay, so I got all of the supplies that I need to make these cards. I got blank cards, I got very fine tipped glue that I can use to glue on all the leaves, and I also got, yes, these cellophane bags to package them in, because at the end I am going to be going to different local stores in Portland and asking if they would be willing to sell my cards. It's going to be a scary step, but it's my dream, so I just want to say that I've been able to try it.
It has been a while since I have made a YouTube video. I just get really overwhelmed and anxious about trying to just make it perfect. When I think of YouTube videos, I just think of really good shots and good content, but I am going to challenge myself to create a YouTube video maybe once a week. It'll probably be twice a week. Oh, just kidding. It'll probably be once every 2 weeks. But, of course, we have to start with some tea. I am making some jasmine tea that my mother-in-law got from China. And tea just always helps ground me and will help me get through this very long project. So I did start a little bit earlier. Yesterday I cut out all of these leaves. I think total it would be 24 times 4. So yeah, like 96 leaves. And peeling each individual one off the mat took a lot of time. I put on the newest episode of the Great British Baking Show and just got to work carefully picking off each leaf from the mat. My Cricut machine probably had the hardest work out of its life, but I will be individually gluing these on. So these are the blank cards and envelopes I got. They are 4x6 cards. The envelopes had a lot of waves in them and bends. I think I'm gonna see if I can get a partial refund on them, because like I said, I am trying to sell these and I don't want my customers to be receiving not good quality products. Here is just a closer look at those warped envelopes. They made me really sad, but I was already dedicated to just make this project, so we're just going with it. I jumped on the fall candle train real early this year. I just love the aromas and smells of fall, and lighting candles is always really, really fun. These matchsticks are awesome, but they do create really big flames, which can be kind of scary. So that was my project from last night, where I cut out each individual leaf. Now I just need to cut out the base for my bonsai trees. I drew these myself in Adobe Fresco and then imported those images here. It is time to start up the Cricut. I have a Cricut Joy, but I am very thankful that I have a Cricut Maker for this project. It is just so much easier to get tiny, intricate pieces all taken care of at once. And so I chose a dark brown paper to use for the base of the bonsai tree. And I just want to make sure the paper is secure to the mat. Okay, we are starting our project and letting the Cricut machine do its thing. It is always so fascinating to just see this machine be able to cut the most intricate shapes and do it so fast and so precisely. So now I'm just peeling off the paper around the trees. Since this mat is pretty new, the paper was sticking a lot and I was trying really hard not to tear any of the trees or rip anything. It would have been a lot easier if I had just cut a smaller piece of brown paper, but learned my lesson. Next time I can do that. And last night I found that if I curved the mat or gave it a bend, it made it a lot easier to remove pieces from it. I was just trying so hard not to tear anything. I knew this project was going to be a lot of work, just putting many different pieces of paper on the front of a card, but there was something about it that made me just want to keep doing it. I just love Japanese bonsais in the fall. I think the leaves changing colors is such a beautiful image, and I wanted to be able to express that on a card. I have been trying to get into the habit of keeping a clean workspace and cleaning up my messes before I move on to the next stage of something.
Because that process was so tedious, I feel like it's time for a little kitty snuggle time. I have my princess here. Hi, princess. Hi, Zara. Zara's so cute. And you smell so good. So I got every scrap of paper off of my Cricut mat. I'm going to be putting it away and then I will start assembling my cards.
So this is the new glue that I got. It had many different tips that came inside it that you can interchange, and they came in this really cute little vial. But just to show you guys really quick, it also comes with a pin where you can clean the inside of the tip, but there are just different thicknesses depending on what project you're working on. Since I left this glue out overnight, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to have issues when I was trying to glue all my leaves onto the paper.
Okay, so this next step is going to be gluing the trees onto the front of the cards and then individually gluing each leaf on the front as well. In my mock-up that I made last night, I feel like the tree could have been moved up a little more, so I'm going to try and center the tree first, and then I will add the leaves around it, but I am really excited. Gonna put on a movie and get started.
I am so thankful I had these tiny tweezers and this super tiny tip for glue, because these branches, I don't know how my Cricut was able to cut them out, but they are so thin and so fragile, and yeah, this glue just made it so much easier to be able to put them on carefully.
Okay, so update time. I finished putting all of the tree pieces on the cards, and next I will be attaching all the leaves.
But before we get to the next step, let's take a little break. I was able to figure out last night that each tree would have exactly 24 leaves, and since I had 3 colors, that would be 8 of each color, which just helped me math-wise in terms of how many leaves I had to cut out. By this point, I felt like I was in a good rhythm and I had a system down. It was easier for me to actually just put the leaves on the table itself, so I started just scooping them off and trying to count 8 of each color, but I kind of just eyeballed it. And then I found that if I dabbed the glue down first, I was able to just put these on so much faster. Putting on the finishing touches, I am just hand signing each card, but in the future I do want to get a custom stamp so that I can make this process go by much quicker. These are my finished cards. Next we will be packaging them. To be honest, I don't think I have been more proud of a project I have done. This took a lot of time and a lot of very intricate detail work, and it was a challenge, but I honestly couldn't help but smile as I was packaging each one.
I finally finished packaging all of the cards. I have 10 individually handmade and sealed retail cards, and I'm going to be going around to different stores in the area and seeing if they'll be willing to buy them from me. Wish me luck, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.